Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we discuss everything and anything. I am your host, David, and today we will be discussing representing Nigeria. Representing Nigeria can be a complex issue, and opinions on whether it's worth it varies depending on individual experiences and perspectives. Here are some arguments from both sides. So, for yes, it's worth it. One, it can be worth it because representing Nigeria can be a source of national pride. You can share Nigerian cultures, values, and perspective with the world. Representing Nigeria can open doors to new opportunities, networks, and experiences. It can challenge you to develop new skills, adapt to new environments, and grow personally. You can contribute to Nigeria's development, reputation, and global influence if you network Nigeria. And for no, it's not worth it because you may face challenges, criticism, and negative stereotypes associated with Nigeria. High expectations and pressure to perform or represent Nigeria in a specific way can be overwhelming. Representing Nigeria can be emotionally demanding, especially when dealing with sensitive or controversial issues. You may need to make personal sacrifices such as time, energy, or comfort to fulfill your representative role. Nigeria's political and social landscape can be complex and challenging to navigate. Ultimately, whether representing Nigeria is worth it, it depends on your individual goals, values, and experiences. If you are passionate about Nigeria and willing to embrace the challenges, it may be a rewarding experience. However, if you are unsure or uncomfortable with the responsibilities and pressure involved, it may not be the best for you. Now, we meet today to discuss this is Mr. Siola Bako. It's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, David.
And Auntie Esther.
Esther, don't worry.
She
You
said
can,
it was okay.
no, don't worry. You can still call me Esther, no problem.
And the one and only barrister, Emma Tufe. It's nice to have you on the
Yes,
show.
thank you. It's my pleasure.
So, yes, is it worth it to represent Nigeria?
I think it's worth it to represent Nigeria. I mean, all of us are ambassadors of Nigeria, no matter how battered we think our country is. Sometimes we're not proud of our leaders. We're not proud because we have been led down, okay? And it is natural for you to say, because of the way I have been led by these people, um, it was not worth it. I mean, why should I, represent Nigeria? Why should I fly the flags of Nigeria? Or why should I be a good ambassador of a country that doesn't care whether I live or die? It's natural to think that way. But it is more important to think positive about Nigeria that no matter what, Nigeria is the only country you have, okay? Nigeria is not altogether destroyed, as a lot of people want us to believe. I have traveled a little bit and I've seen how people across the world, how they relate to us, how they see us as the eye of Africa. And that country that have a huge human capital deposit and a country that is fairly doing well in areas where even government have not, contributed. The citizens have filled in those gaps, and I'm doing export in those gaps and all that. And how so many countries have also used Nigerian citizens to fill in gaps their own youths could not fill in. You understand? If Nigeria was altogether destroyed, in sports, for example, Nigerians are representing so many countries. Look at the Olympics, look at the World Cup. So Nigerians all over the place are representing these countries. Nigerians who have become citizens of those countries, representing them. They are not different from us here. And when you look at the academic world, all over the world, go to the US, go to Canada, go to Asia, Nigerians are doing very well academically. Okay, so why not? Why should I not represent Nigeria or fly Nigerian flags proper? Why shouldn't I be an ambassador when the world already have a focus there's a video I saw over the years. No, video I saw a few weeks ago, where a Kenyan lady, they were on a podcast program like this. And she was saying that Africa should just listen first. That if not for Nigerians, the world wouldn't have known that it is possible to use champagne to wash your hands. And she was saying like, if not for Nigerians, we will not know how to do so many things. Like she just pause and give Nigerians, thumbs up.
They're flat.
Because she said, and the other statement she made was that Nigerians have taken over the world. This is what someone from another country said about Nigeria. So, I mean, I met a white guy in the aircraft on my way back to Nigeria from London. The moment he saw me, he said, how far? And I started laughing. So, they know us all over the world. So, we should be proud of Nigeria no matter where we find ourselves. We may have had, bad names here and there, but it doesn't mean that should extinguish who we are, who we should be, and what we should represent.
Thank you, Barrister Evans. Mr. Abako, would you say that it's a good thing? Or would you say it is good to represent Nigeria?
It's the height of aspiration for anybody. In any country. The Americans are aspire to serve their country. They want to do it at the highest levels. In Nigeria too, it's the same feeling. Even when we see people protesting, and it's because they want the best for their country. And like Babangida said in his school speech in 1985, he said, this current generation of Nigerians and the ones to come have no other country to call them except Nigeria. But what I would say is that if you want to represent Nigeria, you need to count the cost. Let me give an example. Gloria Alozie, she was a sprinter from Abia State.
Mm-hmm.
She had competed in the junior levels. She was doing well. They took her to the Olympic Games in 2000. She was engaged to be married. Her fiancé was in Sydney as a reserve member of the 4x400 team. They disqualified the one that went to run in Paris. He was waiting in the wings. Then he died in an accident. Nigeria refused to take his body from Sydney back home. Then she ran. In tears, Alozie came second. She won the silver. I think it was the 100 meters or 200 meters hurdle. She won the silver. 2 years later, she left to go and represent Spain. Then, in 2006, the European Championships came up. She shattered the whole field. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Francis Obikwelu ran for Nigeria in, was it 2004? Why I'm saying this is because we won our first gold in Olympic Games. In fact, Africa's first gold. And Nigeria's only gold to this day was by that policewoman, Choma Ajuma.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, you know that cream was very good. Gunkoya, Mary Onyanli, they were very good. That same batch went to the next Olympic Games in 2000. They did well. But after 2004 was when this whole thing came crumbling. It was from that same class of 2004 that Obikwelu developed a knee injury. The doctor told him he may not be able to run again. You know what the AFN told him? They said he was lying. So he went to Canada.
That's what the management told him. That's not what Nigeria told him.
The AFN told him.
Who are the managers? The managers are also
who employ them, who put them there. They are
people of bad character.
They have said the president should fire the minister of sports for Nigeria going to Paris. Not a single medal. The game is ending tomorrow.
Any manager that is not doing well, why not fire him and put somebody who is capable?
You see the Nigerian lady that borrowed somebody's bicycle.
She said they didn't give her. I know it's tough to.
I'm coming.
See, I can't wait for my turn. I'm angry.
And did surgery. After his leg healed. The man say, make I go behind them get that. He went to Portugal. They gave everything there. That same 2006 that Alozie ran for Spain. He won gold, double gold in 100, double gold in 200. He became the first European in Nigeria. I don't know, like the first European to win, to shower the field again. So like I said, for Nigeria it's good, but I mean, count the cost first. And then It represents Nigeria. That's what I'm saying.
Before we move on for you, in counting the costs, what do you think are the negative sides of?
No, the problem is this. For example, in the Tokyo Games in 2000 and was it 16 or 14? No, Rio was 14. I think Tokyo was 18 or so. Our team, the footballers had to go by road on a bus. It was bad. Like they got to the airport and were told that they didn't book their flight. Then by the time they got to Tokyo, they just came out from the bus, dressed up and they went to play. And they defeated the team that came. So a Japanese millionaire had to give them money. Say, you people, you are miracle workers. He gave them money. That apart, the Nigerian athletic contingent I got when they arrived at the airport, some wore Arsenal jersey, some wore Adire, some wore Agbada, some wore.
When you talk about representation of Nigeria in that light, okay, the viewer will begin to see that it's impossible to represent Nigeria. But I want to give a canvas view to the fact that the same Nigeria who had Burna Boy shut down O2 Arena on several occasions. The video doing the same.
It's representing himself and not Nigeria.
Hold on, representing Nigeria. Representing Nigeria does not just mean sports. If you limit this discussion, you have killed the idea. Now, we have even our footballers, okay, we've seen them in time past do great things for Nigeria. In recent time, we've seen Nollywood make mark in the sound of time. We've seen musicians, we've seen comedians, doing exploits. Okay, these are once you step out of this country in any capacity, whether personal or national, you are an ambassador. You are representing the country. That is what it means. So because whatever you do there, they are going to trace it back to your country.
Except that I have a small question to
when they want to report.
See, for me, representing Nigeria, it doesn't worth it. You understand? You are representing Nigeria. And okay, like him now making reference to Burna Boy and the rest. If, take for instance, now anything goes wrong, believe me, my country, Nigeria, will deny them.
No, wait.
I'm trying to make an instance. You understand? Okay, let me use Nigerian police force now as an example. Though I don't know, sometimes they go for peacekeeping overseas, SOS too. If, take for instance now, they have injury, maybe they shot one of them on the leg and all of that. At the end of the day, they will abandon you. They will leave you to whether to survive or to die. So tell me, how does representing Nigeria worth it?
No,
you don't go and kill yourself for nothing because you are representing Nigeria.
I like Barrister's argument, except that the Federal Minister of Musicology didn't produce Burna Boy, otherwise they wouldn't have produced him. Those are private people doing their music in their own space and becoming no.
The thing is, there is no platform to send out ambassadors for Nigeria. If
cultural or
anyway,
official.
If I say
yes, we are the giants of Africa.
If I say I want to be a singer, there is no Nigerian platform that will take and go and do exploit.
Do you even know?
I want to be a footballer. Our footballers are out there doing great things, but when they come to our own AFCON, it becomes a difficult for us.
And why is it like that?
Some years ago, they went to play a friendly match. They didn't give them ticket. They didn't give. It was on the list then as captain that brought his credit card and paid for the team to fly. You understand?
It was in those days that representing Nigeria what it not in this 21st century.
Was to lead the Nigerian that-20 team to the World Cup. In the camp, they were buying pure water to drink because they didn't give them. Do you know what my friend who was a reporter went to cover them? The boys were as soon as the pure water back, the sachet water back, this thing came, the bag.
The dirty water.
They were doing two to beat one. If you play football, 2 to beat one means 2 players to dribble 1 player. You don't be anyone back. So what's 2 to beat one? Say 2 people to share 1 sachet of pure water.
Can you imagine?
That's how we are surviving. Then they'll now start going like orphans, begging governor after governor to give them money. I think the Barrister governor then give them 12 billion. And if you ask that they should bring the money, because you will not give them the money. The money was given for the team. So, like I said, nationalism is natural. The joy of being a national of your country, it comes naturally. But Nigeria always has fires to light under your feet and just, I don't know when they want to snuff it out. Burna Boy Wizkid, Davido, they are all private people doing that thing.
That is why I said they are representing themselves. It's so that they are making us in Nigeria proud.
Private people from where?
The government is not sponsoring them.
If we limit representing Nigeria to football, games, and all that, the idea is completely extinguished. Because the truth is that these persons you talked about, they are product of this country. These are people who went through the system.
What has the country done for them?
You know what I would have expected? The way we have Spotify, what are these platforms? Maybe even YouTube, but let's Spotify, Boomplay, and so. I was thinking because, you see, countries that know what they want to achieve, China, India to an extent, Australia, have used the phone from Australia before that had features that didn't apply here. Okay, yeah, so yes. In fact, they wrote on the phone that this is meant for that region of the world, that part of the world. Where am I going with this? Nigerian music is hot, is hot all over the world. It's hot. People just want it. And given where we've been, I mean, Nigerian music from way back, but from Ambrose Campbell to Rema, for example. What if we put all those songs on a platform? If government brought out an app now, just pay somebody to develop an app and put it on a platform and it's good. I'm thinking it to be a good revenue earner for our country.
Yes.
But they're not, but they won't do that. They are hoping that these boys will be singing, will just maybe do that thing. Then they'll say, proudly
Nigeria. It's only when you do good thing that you'll be a Nigerian.
If you say the government don't support them, it's a different narrative. Okay, the government have been hostile to the citizens.
They are
not just that the government have failed to equip the schools, the hospital, or whatever it is. Maternal mortality rate is high. Everything is high. You understand? But eventually, when you survive all these threats and your head is scaled up there, and you are able to go out there and do exploits, you are representing your country. Yes, despite the odds. We are sorry that we could not provide anything for you. And that mosquito almost killed you, and you almost died at childbirth. But now that you have scaled through, you understand?
Was it the World Cup, which tournament that they played? That are playing this song? Is it Buga or one of those songs in the stadium?
Yes.
Before the game began, the people on their own. They were. Who sang the Buga song?
Daniel.
Yes.
I think it was it. The stadium, they took up the light. People used only their flashlights.
Yes.
And we are, when the DJ plays and pauses, then people now start complaining. So this is a country that's yearning for express. People are there. We have the talent. We have the gift. We have the skill.
So much talent. Everything.
But I think that sometimes, somehow, was it that man that used to sing poetry and music together, that the government invited him to come and sing, and instead of abusing them where they were seated. Beautiful Nubia. Is that his name? Yes, the government invited him to come and sing for them. So as maybe they were expecting to sing just.
Even Asha did it too. When they invited her to come and sing for there's an inauguration, and she delivered just one song, Fire on the Mountain, and she was talking to the leaders that there's fire on the mountain. No one seems to be, no one care about it, but very soon it's going to come consume everybody. So I agree that Nigerians who have done exploit all over the world were people who were disappointed or who were disregarded by their country. But that notwithstanding, the ones who survived for the country.
And the ones who died.
We cannot take Nigeria and put it in the dustbin.
You know why people do these things? If you had a problem, sometimes genuine problem, I went to the Nigerian embassy, anywhere in the world.
You face Shege promise. I'm telling you.
You go to the Nigerian High Commissioner or embassy somewhere. You know this is better.
He knows.
You know why I don't.
He knows.
You know why I don't accentuate it. I don't accentuate it because I cannot do pessimistic analysis. Analysis that we're all gone.
Seriously.
There is no.
He doesn't want it though.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. We will keep pushing this until we get this generation to take over those space. You raise a very fundamental issue right now. How is it that Nigerian music is needed all over the world, including China?
Indians.
They don't even understand what they are saying.
See, the Indians billionaire
that in India.
And then you don't have a platform that is homemade where all the music. Yesterday we were talking about archiving our cultural stories, books, and all stories and all that. Having an archive in all the villages. Tell your stories. Let's put it in the archive of every village, so that from there we can pull out resources for the future. How come that Nigeria, our music have gone this far, we don't have anything that is indigenous to us?
Any storage?
Yes, any storage indigenous to us, where we can exchange that music for currency. Yes. We are talking about the fact that we are not earning enough forests, okay? But we have a huge industry like this where we will earn forests from. And we're not doing anything about just talking about the crude alone. So the fact that Nigeria has battered us, still, we survived it. At least it got us started.
You know, the lady in Paris, she could run in the 100 meters.
Yes, can you imagine? Even that alone.
And why didn't she run?
They couldn't register her.
They didn't register her. That was all.
They did not. They couldn't. Anyone
it's not the first time.
Did not.
The last one I learned in Turkey to the register. Now, I'm on the same page with Barrister anyway, that for me, representing Nigeria is still it for me actually. And if I have if I had a son, a daughter that wanted to run, that wanted to be say in athletics, I'd rather take the person to go and train
elsewhere.
Because that was happened to Blessing Okagbari. She was running and she ran, she couldn't win. First Bank took her, sponsored her training, sponsored her, hotel, everything, paid for her, took care of her. Then she ran and she won gold in the Diamond League in London. That year she won gold. In fact, she wore a white mane, white hair, blonde hair, and ran and she won. So this thing, it's about no motivation, no training facilities.
No incentive.
Actually, if you go to where they train, it's not funny.
And let me call on the Nigerian government to stop feeding our athletes with pure water. That is embarrassing.
Honestly.
Because they will allow us to start another protest again. Stop feeding your athletes with pure water and all these dirty things.
And heads won't roll.
You cannot win anything with
this
that.
Heads won't roll. This party, it will pass. Meanwhile, they should have taken money for their sponsorship, but this thing, they didn't have favor feeling, it will pass. They will never sit down and do an audit of how we performed, why we didn't go far, why we didn't win the same comment. Not, it will just pass like that, as if it's normal.
Well, in this Nigeria, we have told stories that the whole world. We have the likes of Things Fall Apart, Wole Soyinka's Death and the King's Horseman. Many writers. Well, we told stories in the literary world.
Great stories.
In entertainment world, we are there. In sports, we are there. In almost every facet of the human existence, we are there. But what will it take for our government to
I want to make a difference.
The thing that is thriving in this country, if you've observed, are the things that government is not involved in that are natural or indigenous to us. Without government support, we've done even Nollywood now, right?
Yes.
Music, Nollywood, literature, some of the finest in the world, by the way. Fine arts, then yes. Fine and visual arts, then sports. We have the potential to be world champions and legends. Okay, but you see that the only one that government has something to do with
to regulate.
It will surge. Then after a while, it will die again, like sports. I was talking earlier about 1994. We won the nation. Hold on. 92, we came third in Senegal, AFCON. 94, we won gold. 96, we refused to participate. But that's when we won football gold in the Olympics. Then 98, they didn't let us participate because we didn't participate in 96. And there was no tournament. But no, so we went to the World Cup in 98 and we reached the knockout stage. In 2000, AFCON, we came second. Then, from that point on, it was down. Government is involved in sports. So sometimes when they pump in money, it will come up a bit. When they move their hand, it does. But you see music and Hollywood and nobody that does not.
That's why I said they are representing themselves. I'm telling you, yes. Because
they represent Nigeria, not themselves. When you are out of those
no, she's talking about those in government, right?
No,
I'm talking about for the fact that
that government control.
Yes,
they are not representing themselves.
they are using their own finance. What's the government doing for them?
Their country. country. Look at
Where they now come down and they're at the airport, they're not asking them
look
for
at
that.
Suleiman.
Yes.
Look at Suleiman and the other guy kickboxing. What's his name? The other Yoruba guy. Is it
Adesanya.
Adesanya and there's Suleiman. Now these are heavyweights. Okay, heavyweights that represent Nigeria.
By this time.
Yes. Now
Adesanya. He's an Australian kickboxer.
He's an Australian kickboxer.
Me, I just feel like
Hold on. I know he's an Australian kickboxer.
He's an Australian kickboxer.
But hold on now. He's not a Nigerian. when he came to Lagos.
okay, what if I say
when he came to Lagos.
Femi, the boxer Femi. Oh, I've forgotten the British boxer.
is it Anthony?
Anthony Joshua. Femi, Femi. You know,
The Ogun State government says one of their.
I wanted to say, okay, instead of saying they are representing themselves, why not say they are representing their family?
No.
And making some of us proud.
Nigeria.
Instead of Nigeria generally. Nigeria that are not.
Nigeria.
See, this thing is
from the country. That's the country.
When Adesanya won,
it's annoying me.
Adesanya, after he won, he came to the father prostrated in Yoruba
Attire.
No.
Okay.
The Yoruba way of say Molo Abi. So we felt like, like people say, Inke Abu, Inke Anyo, Inke Abu.
The father will be proud,
yes,
you
so
know.
He's one of us, and then Joshua too has never hidden it. In fact, when Tyson Fury won the match, you know what he did? He I think he carried the Nigerian flag. He said it was Joshua that told him what to do to win that match. So he knew that Joshua is not British. He knows that this boy is a proper, he's a Nigerian guy. So
yes, so let's not forget our home. We have to propagate.
Nigeria can disappoint.
And one thing again that is vexing me is the fact that, okay, like what is happening now in this country, the ongoing protests. You see, what's it called, Nigerian police shooting tear gas and gun at the citizen. And anytime I see something like that on social media, I used to feel this strong pain in me because my father is a retired police officer. I know what it means for you to serve your country as a police officer for 35 years. You retire as superintendent of police, and you be collecting peanuts as your pension. You understand? It's so discouraging. And Nigerians are out there, protesting to make things right. But these people don't. I felt like they don't need a change. You see, somebody will retire, a police officer. Once you go back to his village, you will turn a laborer. You start going to people's farm
and be begging.
You understand? You start going to people. I've seen worse. I was born in barrack. I'm still in. My parents still stay in barrack till now. The thing is so annoying. Each time they say, "Does it want to represent Nigeria?" For me, it doesn't. It's so annoying.
It was the day they said they called him Sergeant. I'm sorry, was a police officer.
You understand? It's annoying.
It was nice to have you all on the show. For you, viewer, is representing Nigeria worth it? What is your competition?
It's not worth it. On behalf of the viewers.
Let the conversation continue with you. Drop your comments. Is Nigeria worth representing? And if you are here to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we are at Enterprise TV 7. Across all social media, Enterprise TV 7. We will be back. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.